The unseen contact lens. The unseen contact lens. We're all looking for things from time to time. And the other night, I was removing the one single contact lens that I wear sometimes, and I couldn't find it. I looked in the mirror, and it didn't show. I took my fingers and I sort of squished them together to bring the contact lens out of my eye, but it wouldn't come. It wouldn't appear. I thought, now, what have I done? Have I lost it? Have I dropped it somewhere? What happened to my contact lens? What took place? And I kept looking, and I was unable to find it. I was unable to know just where it went to and what was going on. But regardless of how I looked, it just did not appear. So then I called on Ellen. I said, Ellen, give me a hand here, will you please? And so Ellen came in and she looked at my eye and she looked at the lens and she says, I don't see anything there. Are you sure that you had one in there? Are you sure that you were wearing one? And I said, oh yes, I was wearing one, but I can't seem to find it now. I don't know where it's gone to. I don't know what I've done with it. And I looked and I looked and I pinched and I pulled and I did everything. And then finally Ellen says, well, I don't see it. And she walked away. And I kept persisting. I kept persisting because I knew the contact lens was there. I knew that I'd used it during the day and been very content with it. But I wanted to take it off and wash it and put it away for the night. And then I looked in the mirror very closely, and I took my finger and just put it gently over the lens, and I moved the lens from one side of my finger to the other, one side of my eye to the other, and I could see the lens moving. I knew it was there. And so I moved it inward to the center of my eye, that is to the edge of my eye, and I pinched it and took it out and washed it and put it away. Now, I could have had that in there, and it could have been in all night, which is okay. I often have my contact lens in at night, and I sometimes wear it for a total week, never taking it out. And then I take it out and wash it and put it away. But I thought, did I lose that lens? Did I misplace that lens or get that lens someplace where I didn't want it to be? And I was not quite sure about that. So I kept pursuing it. I kept being persistent in finding it gently, very gently, touching the surface of the eye, which would be the lens, and then moving it gently. And there it was. There it was. It was very well in place, just beautifully setting in place, just comfortably in place, and saying, I'm happy here. I'm happy here. I don't need anything further. Oftentimes we are like that. We are like the contact lens, and we sort of get into a different place. We get into a different focus, and in that different focus, we can't seem to find ourselves. We can't seem to locate where it is. And we know it's there, but we don't know where it is. But with persistence and gentleness, we find it. Healing is like that in us oftentimes. Do you have some area of your life that you would like to have healed, that you'd like to have whole and perfect? Do you have some area of your life that you'd like to have in every possible way beautiful and good? Do you have some area of your life in every way that you'd like to have just magnificent all the time? Well, that's a good idea. Now, my selfie was sort of bouncing around a little bit as I was holding it freestyle. And I just pulled over a chair here and turned the back of the chair toward me and let my selfie sit on the back of the chair. And now it's stable and very nice. And it's a very good thing to have. I guess you can see when I laugh that I have it sitting here on my tummy, and so it laughs too. But that's the way all of life is. All of life sort of is a one continuous whole, one continuous beautiful thing. We have so many people come to the healing ministry here at the Absolute Monastery, the University of Healing. We have so many people coming here and saying, I would like to be healed. I would like to be whole and perfect. I have this problem and I have that problem. And so we say to them, I see you whole and perfect now. I see you every whit beautiful, wonderful, fantastic right now. I see that right now in your life. But I'm persistent. I'm persistent. Now, the imperfection might be like the contact lens. And it just becomes so one with our eye that we don't see it. We don't find it. we think perhaps we don't have it on, but we know we do. And as we're persistent, we find it. Gentleness, lovingness, going right to where it is. Now, when we have a healing need, the healing need may be for wholeness in our body, maybe for wholeness in our attitudes, and maybe for wholeness in our being in some beautiful way. And whatever the healing need may be, if we pursue it, if we pursue that healing need as the healing need, we're never going to be released of it. It's always going to be there because we're going to say, I want to be whole, I want to be whole, I want to be whole, I want to have wholeness in my life, I want to have goodness in my life, I want to have everything that is beautiful taking place in my world. But when we can change that focus, change that statement for ourselves and say, I am whole and perfect now. Every organ, action, function of my body is whole and perfect now. I know my contact lens is in place and I know how to find it. I know exactly how to go about it. It's a gentle, loving, sensitive thing. Just gently touch it and move it on the surface of the eye, and you will see as you move it inward toward your nose, it shows right up, and you can just pinch it gently and take it out and do what you wish. If we're going to say, I can't find my contact lens, I can't find it, it's somewhere in my eye, I know I had it, maybe I lost it down, maybe I did this, maybe I did that, and maybe all those things are possibilities that are there to confuse us. But now, what about you? Are you going to be confused by this? Are you going to be living in this wholeness, in this reality of who you are? Are you going to be living in the delight of who you are? You can, you know. You truly can. Now, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to say, I am not whole and perfect? Do you want to say, I am not living in my ideal spirit-minded body? Do you want to say that? Or do you want to say, I live in my ideal spirit-minded body? I know where my contact lens is. I know, and I say, it is right here, and it is now perfectly doing exactly what I want it to do. The unseen contact lens is sometimes the mystery to us. And we think we've dropped it. We think all sorts of things. But when we stop and say, all is in divine order now, all is functioning in a beautiful, wonderful, harmonious way now, then truly all is functioning in a beautiful, harmonious, wonderful way now. All is that beautiful, fantastic experience that we have because we say, I am whole and perfect now. Every organ, action, function of my body is whole and perfect. All is in divine order right now. All is beautiful right now. This is a wonderful world I live in. It's a glorious world I live in because it is the world that is for me. It is the world that is my world. It is the world that is fantastic. Yes, that's right. It is the world that is fantastic. Know that with all my heart and soul and being, I love you. I love you. I love you. Say that for yourself now. Say it every moment of your life and live in wholeness now and forevermore. And so it is, and so it is.